friends, this is Anna with Adventures with Anna, and welcome back to my second episode of Cooking Adventures with Anna. I have started a crock pot of chicken breast. I did this earlier today for the actual experiment that I am going to try today. This is nothing new. Let me slide this over here. I'm ready to unplug it and set it aside so that I can use it. But if you can see that, all that I do is I just take a couple of chicken breasts. Normally I do 2, and I put them in the crock pot with 2 cups of chicken broth or water with some chicken bouillon, and I cook it until the chicken is done. Now for the dish that I'm going to do today, I'm probably just going to use one. I know I have a spoon, but I'm probably just going to do 1 because they are pretty good sized chicken breasts. I don't know, I might do 2 because we'll use them for other dishes, but we'll see. So I'm going to set this aside and bring over my hot plate and my skillet, and we're going to prep at least one of these chicken breasts for the experiment tonight. So I think I'm just going to do 1 chicken breast for tonight. Turn this on. I know this is already hot, but you'll see what I'm doing. And I will do a video another time on cooking the chicken breast the way I cook it. And I really don't want to touch this chicken with my fingers because it's super hot. But what I do is I just kind of break it up. Sometimes I let it cool and break it up. Sometimes I just wing it and burn my fingers and break it up. But what we're going to do tonight is actually use one of the new to me cooking utensils, which this is not it, that we recently got from one of the storage unit auctions that we went to. It's, like I said, it's new to me, but it's obviously not a new item. Looking online, this thing came out like, just hot, 10 years ago or so maybe. But I never seen it because I don't normally go cooking gadget shopping. But what we're going to do is going to be a Mexican dish that we're going to make today. I said the sole purpose of this is to put the seasoning on my chicken. I know it's already cooked. It is hot. And if you like these videos, make sure you give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or anything about what I am doing, because I don't normally follow recipes. A lot of times, well, I do follow recipes, but a lot of times I just wing it and I cook things by taste. Okay, that's pretty much broken up pretty good. It'll work. So, the next thing I'm going to use is some homemade seasoning that I have. We call this Sazon seasoning. This actually came from a recipe using some ground chicken that we had one time that I have not found since. But I couldn't find the seasoning at my local grocery store, so I looked it up online and I came up with my own version of it. And this is what it looks like. I can't tell you what's in it because I don't have the recipe on me. But I'm just going to sprinkle a little of this on here. And then I'm going to go grab a little bit of my chicken broth to mix in so that this will actually blend in with the chicken and cook into it. Alright, this is a 3/4 cup. It's about half full, so what's half of 3/4? I don't know. But anyway, I'm just going to pour this on here. I took it straight out of the crock pot. This is the chicken broth that I cooked my chicken in originally, so I'm not wasting any broth. And I'm mainly just putting it on there to help moisten the chicken a little bit more to have the seasoning adhere to the chicken, and then cook it on a little bit. Because there is no, I don't know if you can see that or not, the chicken's actually got a yellow tint to it. I have a very difficult time actually catching this color on the camera, whether I take a picture of it with my phone or whatever. But there's actually no liquid at all in the skillet at this point. It's just all cooked in. And I had the setting on this. This is like I said, it's a hot plate. But I had just the setting on minimum because I'm not really cooking anything. So there's no reason for it to be any higher at this point. Try to shred that up a little bit more as I go. Alright, that looks pretty good. I'm going to set this aside and put my hot plate away and bring over this new to me gadget that we're going to experiment with today. This is steamy. I don't know if you can see that, but like I said, it does have a yellow tint to it. And part of what gives it that yellow tint is there is some turmeric in my seasoning that I put on the chicken. Alright, this is what we are experimenting with. I have never had one of these. This is a GT Express 101 Deluxe. Basically what it is a gadget that has little pockets. Pardon me. If you can see the little pockets. And the recipe that we're going to make tonight, ooh, it does come on. That's one thing we did check. So if you can see, we got 4 pockets here. So I'm going to go get my instructions while this heats up, and I will be right back. Okay, thankfully this gadget came with a couple of recipe books that was with it. I'm assuming this probably came with it originally. I've been through both of them. A lot of recipes intrigued me, but the one that we're trying today, it's called tostada bowls. But I think it's going to be more like a taco salad bowl instead of a tostada bowl. So, and that's what the chicken is for, because we do chicken instead of ground beef. The recipe says 2 tortillas, which I do have some flour tortillas. And it says refried beans, which we will not be adding the refried beans. Cooked ground beef, which we'll be using chicken instead of the ground beef. Salsa, shredded cheddar cheese, lettuce, tomato, and green onion. And, is that getting warm? Yes, it is. And it says carefully fit the tortilla halves into wells forming 4 bowls. Fill each quarter with half of the beans, beef, salsa, and shredded cheddar cheese. Cook 6 to 7 minutes or until shredded cheddar cheese is melted. So, I'm not going to cook my, well, I guess it doesn't say lettuce and stuff. So I guess I could go ahead and put some chicken and some cheese in the bottom of the bowls. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to scoot this over. I'm going to wipe this right here a little bit so that I have room to cut my tortillas. That's left over from the chicken last time we cooked it. Alright. Got that wiped off. Wow. The people's house that had this has a very, the lights already went off, so this must be up to temperature. But anyway, heating this up, it has a very perfumey smell to it. Whew, goodness gracious. I don't know about that, you guys. That's a bit too perfumey for me. Hopefully things don't taste funny. And I'm guessing from what this says, some of the recipes you close the lid. I'm guessing from what this says, it does not say to close the lid, but it doesn't say not to close the lid. So I guess we'll have to wait and find out, won't we? So this is all new to me. Completely all new. I just folded that tortilla in half like you do a piece of paper and tore it. So let's see what happens. Alright, I can see why it says to put the chicken and stuff in there, to hold that down there in place. So let me get some chicken. I just put some chicken in a measuring cup. We're going to put some chicken down in there. Because these, to me, like, it says tostada, but it looks more like a little taco salad, I would think. Let's push that chicken down in there. I think we can do a little bit more chicken. And it says 8-inch, and I have 10-inch. So, I'm not sure how that's going to work. Let me grab my cheese. This is my favorite brand of cheese, Dutch Farms. And 9 times out of 10, unless there's something specific I'm getting cheese for, I always get the Mexican cheese because we like the blend. Like I said, I'm only doing one for now. So stick the cheese down in there. It says do it until the cheese is melted. I can see how this is a tostada. It's more tostada-y than taco salad bowl-y. So do I close it? I wonder what happens when I close it. I've got a lot of extra because my tortillas are too big. Let's stick the cheese in with the chicken. And it says you're not supposed to lift that very often because it doesn't cook as efficiently. So I'm guessing the 8-inch would be more like the, say mine are the burrito size, so the 8-inch would be more like the fajita size probably, because mine are 10-inch. So note to self, next time I go to the store, get the 8-inch tortillas or the next size down for use in my kitchen gadget. So that's looking pretty yummy. I know, I'm not supposed to open it. I'm just kind of experimenting right now because I was expecting this to take a whole lot longer to do. And I have, how long do I have? I've got almost 20 minutes before, actually a little more than 20 minutes before Steve will be back over here. Let's say the light's back on. Let's check it. That looks pretty good, you guys. I don't know if you can see that or not. Is that holding its shape? And the little bowl does hold its shape. So, yeah. That's interesting. Let me smell it. Okay, it doesn't, after being cooked, it doesn't have the weird smell like the cooking gadget did when I heated it up. So that's a good thing too. So I guess what I'm going to do is, now that I know this part works, I'm going to set this aside and wait to do the rest of these until Steve gets home. Because I don't want to, I might trim this off a little bit. Because I don't want to do a whole bunch up and then have it cold by the time he gets here. So anyway, as soon as he gets back and I get these made up, we will finish making these. And then I will let you see what we did with it and tell you what we think of it. Okay, the timer went off, so this is the one that I had done earlier. Let's see what these look like. So they look pretty good. This side obviously browns a whole lot better than this side because this one is like pretty much perfect with the exception of the extra tortilla. So I'm going to, these did pretty good. This is like one piece here even though it's two, but those browned up pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fix these. 2 for me, 2 for hubby. Let's get that off of there. so it doesn't cook too much. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off because I don't know that if we need more, I'll just go ahead and do it. So, next thing on the agenda. Ooh, no! That was not good. Disasters in the kitchen. Okay, to put on these I have lettuce, sour cream, and some homemade pico. And I do have some jalapenos for hubby. I am not putting the jalapenos on mine. I am not a jalapeno person. I like the flavor, but not the pepper. There's not a whole lot of eating on these things, I don't think. So that one's just kind of weird because the way I folded the edges over. I won't do that next time. Okay, there's the lettuce. Let's put some sour cream on. Our homemade pico. This homemade pico is the bomb, man. I love it. And I think just because I'm going to add a little bit more cheese on top. Not a whole lot, because there's already cheese on it, but it's a mental thing. You got to have cheese on something that you can actually see. So mine's pretty much done. I said hubby still needs the jalapenos. This is the cheese garnish, just for decoration, because we've already got cheese on there. It's like that. Then let's put some jalapenos on. There we go. There is our tostada bowls made with chicken. Alright, I'm going to take these and we're going to sit down and try these, and I will let you know what we thought.